My name is Hannah, and this is my beauty budget. Hey y'all! All right, this is it. The big one. The last video in what I think has turned out to be a series of 4 videos that comprise my final reckoning. I have scoured my house and home, and I'm pretty sure that this is everything left that needs to be reckoned with in this way. Some products went directly into the backup box. Some products went directly into giveaway bags for my friends and family, just because it was too much to try to make sure absolutely everything passed before you on the screen. But I tried to show as much as I could, and I tried to, make sure that you guys were in on just the general shape of the thing. Like, you've pretty much seen the interesting stuff, the stuff that I wanted to talk about, the stuff for which I really had anything to say about why I was or wasn't keeping it or trying it, etc., etc. And I do think we've had enough. We've reckoned with enough for 1 month. Goodness gracious. I'm really excited about starting over next year with somewhat of a clean slate. And I hope that things go a little bit more smoothly. I hope it doesn't ever get this built up again. We'll talk about strategies for that in the new year. For now, let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. I started pulling things out of the box, and then I realized I don't want to pull everything out of the box, but I zoomed in and there will be a little spot right here so that you can see the things I'm talking about close up. This first one is very, very, very exciting. When I placed my recent order from House of Glory, I spent about $30 of my beauty budget on some Bath & Body products from House of Glory, including a perfume oil of a scent that I had fallen completely in love with. It's this scent, Troika. As it happened, House of Glory was just about to launch eau de parfum sprays, like perfume spray bottles, when I placed that order, and they wrote and asked me if I wanted to test one out. And I said, yeah, why don't you throw the Troika eau de parfum into my package, and then I can try the perfume oil and I can try the perfume spray, and I can talk on my channel about how they're the same, how they're different, etc., etc. I am going to compare and contrast these two in my small brand gift guide, because I'm going to talk more at length about House of Glory in that video. Needless to say, I am going to keep this because I love the perfume oil, but I also love this, and I do feel like they work a little bit differently on my skin. I like having a spray. I really, really love this scent. Troika is like an almond and milk scent that has a pretty hefty dose of what they call clean white underneath it. It's kind of this ineffable, slightly spicy, but really comforting smell that I really love. It is a special scent and it's working really well for me. It's quite sweet. Joe thinks that it smells like candy. I feel like it has a little bit more intrigue and depth than just being a candy smell, but there's definitely that sweet almond overlay to it that I think is what he's responding to. I like it, and I think that these House of Glory Eau de Parfum sprays are a smash hit success. I'm really grateful to them for sending this to me for testing purposes, and it's going straight into my perfume collection. Let's finally talk about polish and reunite. This has been in the Purgatory box forever. It's a split end mender, and it's just been really hard for me to bring myself to part with it because it feels so luxurious. It seems to work so well. Last time I reckoned with this, or I tried to, I was about to pass it along and I was trying to explain to you guys how it worked. And then I demonstrated it by putting it in my hair so you could see. And the difference was so palpable that it just shocked me out of wanting to give it away. I was like, maybe I should keep this and keep using it. And I think that with my new haircut, things are a little bit different. I feel like this might actually suit the haircut I've got going on right now even more than it suited my long hair. I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this for now. I'm going to transfer it into rotation with hair products and see if I actually end up reaching for it. It might get decluttered somewhere down the line, but I don't think I'm ready to part with it as a Purgatory box item. This is a hair mask from Coco and Eve. This is all over social media. They have a robust campaign. I haven't tried this out yet. This is just a sample that I got, but I do want to try it. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the backup products box. I'm also going to put this into the backup products box. This is a volumizing clay hair mask. So it's the exact kind of thing that I would like. I think Simbri gave this to me. It says it removes excess oil for root lift and extra volume with Moroccan lava clay. It's like a heavy duty version of the mud-based texturizing shampoos that I love. I also have a texturizing spray from Marc Anthony, and it's amazing. It's like a really sticky volumizing powder. So I think, actually, I'm not gonna put this into the, what's it called? I'm gonna put this in my bathroom because I think the next time I wash my hair, which is gonna be tonight, I think I'm gonna try this tonight. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna try to remember to try this tonight. What I have been using is the Amika Sexture Beach Look Shampoo. It's perfectly fine. It is kind of a clay-based volumizing shampoo. It's a lot like IGK 1995. It's a lot like that Char shampoo that was just in my empties. And it works fine, but as I said in my empties video, it's more than half gone and I've only used it maybe 4 times, maybe 5 times. It's just really, really runny and I end up using a lot at once. So I wouldn't buy this. I maybe wouldn't even recommend buying it unless you use just a tiny bit of shampoo at a time. Or maybe if you have really thin hair and you only need a little bit of shampoo, then Sexture would be ideal for you. I have really thick hair, so I need a lot of shampoo at once, and this just runs out all at once and it's just going by super, super fast. So I'm keeping this, I'm gonna use it up, but instead of using it tonight, I'm gonna use this tonight and I'll be able to report back about it in a future video. This is a product that I've had for a little while now. I went to a Derma E event with Simbri and this was one of the products that they gave me to try. It's a microdermabrasion scrub and I love it. I love it. It is exactly what you would think. It's just a paste with a very, very fine scrub in it. It's the kind of thing I'm usually a little bit leery of because it has the potential, this type of product has the potential to create micro tears on the skin, but this one feels incredibly well formulated. I've had nothing but amazing results from it. I don't use it too frequently. I think if I used it every day or even every other day, it would dry out my skin because it really does do quite a thorough job of microdermabrasion. But using it about twice a week, it's always the best skin day. When I use this and then I put all my skincare on and sleep in it overnight, waking up the next morning after that, it's always the best skin day. It is such a good product. I'm really, really growing fond of Derma E and their price points are really good. They're super eco-friendly and super ethical as well. It's just, the more I learn about this brand, the more blown away I am. All right, there are a couple of face oils in here. I have a feeling that I'm going to be keeping a lot from this reckoning, just glancing over it. There are a lot of things that have sort of fallen to the bottom that I'm actually quite fond of. Are these all the face oils? So these two were sent to me in PR. This is an extremely luxurious and very expensive face oil by this brand, La Coesse. They only make one product and it's this face oil and I think it's like close to $100 a bottle. You can tell by the packaging that they've really invested in making it feel like the luxury product that it purports to be, and the outer packaging that it came in was also luxurious, like a big box with foam in it. It was really, really special to receive it and to open it, and I have been enjoying using it. I think it has a bit of geranium oil in it. There is one floral oil or essential oil that I think is geranium that has a smell that I don't like. It smells a little bit like it's gone off to me. It smells a little bit like rotten flowers or something. And I know that it's not rotten. It's just that I don't quite get the same sensory pleasure out of using it as I do out of using other oils. I do think it's very, very effective. My skin does love it. And I love a face oil and I love looking at this bottle on my vanity and I do enjoy using it. So the smell isn't keeping me from using it. It's just that it's one strike against it that's keeping it from being like so amazing and keeping me from feeling like over the moon at getting to use it. And of course, there's the fact that I would not ever spend this amount on a face oil myself. So I'm getting to use it by virtue of the fact that it was sent to me in PR, but I don't feel like it's the kind of product that I want to be recommending really on my channel because unless you're wealthy. If you're wealthy and you love seeking out just really, really special, very carefully formulated, niche face oils, then I'm glad to be able to share this product with you. But if you're not wealthy, then I hesitate to share this product with you because to me, it's not going to pan out to be worth it per use over the course of the year. Maybe if you're not wealthy, but all you use is one face oil. And if you're going to buy one bottle and it's going to last the whole year and you want it to be really special, that's another situation in which maybe I would direct you towards this one. But for the time being, I'm just going to keep using it, and maybe after I've used up the bottle, I'll have more to say. This is sent to me by Good Molecules. It's their rosehip seed oil. I love the Good Molecules oils. The only thing is they come in these tiny, tiny bottles. The price seems to be right, but the price is being applied to about half the amount that you get when you buy a regular sized oil. So you have to double the price. When you're telling yourself that this is cheap, double the price, and that's how much it actually costs compared to other oils. It's even not a full half fluid ounce, it's 0.44 fluid ounces. So double the price and then some when you're comparing it to ounce bottles of other oil. Still, even when you do that, the price is pretty good. I love a rosehip seed oil and I am going to keep this and bust through it. This is really special. So this was not PR, it was the gift that I received in the White Elephant exchange at a holiday party that I went to recently. It's by a brand called Le Prunier. It is their plum beauty oil. It's 100% pure plum oil. That's all it is. It's just plum oil. It smells amazing. It smells amazing, and my skin loves it. It is pricey. I looked it up and I don't think it's quite as pricey as the La Coesse beauty oil, but it is also pricey. It's also like a product that's being marketed as luxury. I think that they take pains to press the oil really carefully and cleanly, and it's all eco-friendly and ethical and everything, which is amazing. And that's part of what's contributing to its price. And I'm not against that. But once again, I will say that it's a situation where unless you are just buying one oil and having that be your main skincare thing, which if that is you, I would actually recommend the Le Prunier oil over the La Coesse oil. I like using it better and it smells really good. So if that's you, if you're in the market for this kind of thing for some reason, then I'm glad to be able to share this with you. It's also an independent women-owned company. It's really cool. Like it's cool all around. It warms the cockles of my heart. And I'm loving using this. I've been trying to get through some of my face oils because I have a lot of face oil. That's like a category of skincare product that I've amassed quite a bit of. But because I love oils so much and because I go through them so fast, I don't want to declutter it. What I want is to use them up. So I've been pulling some of my ones that are almost done to the front of my collection and making myself use them so that I can whittle down my collection. But what I've been wanting to do every day is to reach for this one. This is currently my favorite face oil, but I've been holding off on using it because I've been trying to pan some of my other oils before moving on to these fuller, newer bottles. Needless to say, for all of those reasons, I'm keeping all of these. I love me a face oil. Y'all, I just looked through the rest of the Purgatory box perfunctorily, and there might not be anything that I'm not keeping in this round. And usually I am able to balance out what I'm keeping with what I'm not keeping when I'm selecting the things that I'm going to reckon with. But because we're here at the bottom of the barrel, at the end of the road, I can't do that. I can't like mix it in with other things that I'm not keeping. Some of my recent reckonings have had way more things that I'm not keeping than things that I am keeping, and that has left me here with this group of things that I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep. So I put them all out here, and let's just go through them one by one. That'll wrap this up quickly, and it won't be too embarrassing. It won't be too protracted. And maybe I'll talk myself out of keeping one or another of these. So this is a thermal treatment wrap for the hair that was given to me at Indie Beauty Expo, and I just have never used it because I don't feel frequently like my hair is unhealthy or like it needs some kind of treatment. But I do want to be able to try this and put it in my empties and tell you guys what the experience was like. Like this is a product where I actually really want to review it. So I am going to make a priority of this. I'm going to try to use it soon so that I can report back about it soon. This is very interesting. This is another product that was a party favor. And so it was PR that Kula contributed to the party to get it into the hands of influencers so that they would show it on their YouTube channels exactly as I'm doing now. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's a sunscreen. I'm really picky about sunscreen. I'm not going to like it. And I have my Holy Grail sunscreen, which is the one from Aaron's Faces. I'll probably give that away. Then I started reading the bottle. It's a mineral sunscreen, 100% mineral, SPF 30, full spectrum, oil-free, not like it needs to be oil-free. I love me an oil, but I'm just reading you the claims. Oil-free, anti-pollution. It's called the Mineral Sun Silk Cream, and I quite like it. I don't like it as much as the one from Aaron's Faces. It doesn't have those peptides in it, so it doesn't feel like it's necessarily nourishing. It just feels like it's putting a layer on the skin. It's a little bit grittier and a little bit less cosmetically elegant than the one from Aaron's Faces, and it's a little more mattifying. So for those reasons, I definitely prefer the one from Aaron's Faces. The major benefit of the Aaron's Faces sunscreen over this one is price. This is 1.5 fluid ounces for $42. The Aaron's Faces sunscreen is 4 ounces for $50. So per ounce, per use, this is 3 or 4 times more expensive than the one from Aaron's Faces. And I'm going to go through this bottle a lot more quickly than I go through the 4-ounce bottle of sunscreen that I prefer from Aaron's Faces. However, given that it was given to me and given that I like using it and that it fits the bill for me in all of these other ways, I am going to keep it and use it up. It hasn't usurped my favorite one, but it's definitely serviceable for me, which is saying a lot for a sunscreen. And I'm glad to be able to share it with you guys because I know that the Aaron's Faces sunscreen isn't as accessible to everyone. I know that the shipping is expensive overseas. I know that some people like to buy things in store and it's hard to find it in store. So if you want to be able to like walk into a Sephora and buy a sunscreen that's Hannah approved in every way except for price per ounce, then I can tell you that this one is Hannah approved in every way except for price per ounce. This is an interesting product. I still have it in its box clearly, and I think I'm going to put it in the backups box because it is a glycolic acid based AHA overnight treatment toner. I think that it has something in common with the lotion P50. I think it does something kind of similar maybe to Good Genes. It's an alpha hydroxy acid treatment. And I just have a number of those going right now. I have the one from Good Molecules, which I really, really like. I still have a salicylic acid one from Caudalie that I'm making my way through. I do have a bottle of lotion P50. I do have a bottle of Good Genes. So you don't need to add another AHA treatment to that bunch, but I'm going to enjoy having it in my back pocket when I start running out of those. Benefit Cookie. Maybe this is the product that I can part with. It's tough because it's so hyped right now. It's so hyped right now and it's so pretty. But you guys, I have so many highlighters. I have so many beautiful highlighters. Do I really need to keep Benefit Cookie, which I never really wanted, even though I was curious about it, and I didn't buy and I didn't pick for myself, but rather just showed up in a little PR package from Benefit? Do I really need to keep it? I think no. This is an eyeshadow single from Nomad Cosmetics called Spice Market. Look how luxurious its packaging is. It's just really lovely, and it's this beautiful domed shape. I believe it's a baked product. It is really pretty. Really good quality, really pretty. And I love a glisteny red like this with a bit of a gold undertone. It doesn't have enough of a shift to be considered a duochrome. It's just got dimension. And I like that because it's subtle. This is a color that I love doing all over the lids. You can even use it on the cheeks. I'm definitely going to keep this. It's the kind of single that I like having around. And having it in this beautiful package makes it like more fetishy. It makes it something that I'm more eager to reach for over and over again. So I'm gonna hang on to that one. This was a fun surprise. This is actually a perfume oil, but it's by the brand Babe Lash. They make a lash serum, which actually should be in here. I just put it straight into my collection. Hold on. So these came together in a little gift set that was a party favor. The Babe Lash Eyelash Serum, which is just a serum you put in your brows and lashes to make them grow. Presumably, I am doing that on an almost daily basis. We will see how it goes. I'm also still using the one from Cell MD. I think that it actually has been helping with the front of my brows, which has been starting to thin out a little bit. But I think it's probably just because there's castor oil in this formula. I don't know if it's really stimulating growth, except for that castor oil is supposed to stimulate the growth of your lashes and brows. It's nice because it's got like a mascara wand type of combing thing, and it's a little bit easier for me to get it into my brows, whereas this one has that little brush. So I'm going to continue, I think, to use them both, to kind of use them in conjunction, whichever one feels easier. Maybe I'll layer them. Unfortunately, that means we might not know like if one of them has a spectacular effect on my lashes or what, but that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm keeping both of these and I'm using them. This one was already in the reckoning, but I'm just telling you about Babe Lash right now. But what interests me more than lash and brow serum is that Babe Lash included this eau de parfum roller in their little gift, and it's in a scent that they called like velvet noir or something, like black velvet, something with velvet, dark velvet, vanilla velvet. And it's like a smoky vanilla scent. And I love it. And it doesn't smell, I was expecting it to be like that standard mainstream Sephora perfume smell, but it's not. It's got a lot more sort of smokiness and sort of this like sweet subtlety to it. I'm really into it. And I'm gonna use it and wear it. It's a very me scent. This, I'm not sure why this is in here. I feel like it's almost empty. Have I been using this? No, this is full. Well, it's unopened. I wouldn't say it's full. It doesn't feel full. But it's a little sample size of the Yensa Pumpkin and Turmeric Mask. I love this mask. I love it. And I think Simbri gave this to me because she had seen that I had already used up a sample size of this that I think we got at BeautyCon. I think Yensa gave each one of us a sample size of this at BeautyCon, and she saw that I had loved the one that I received, and so she gave me hers because she wasn't going to use it, for which I am really grateful. It's a very sugar heavy polishing mask, so it really polishes the skin, but softly because it has sugar particles in it and they melt away as you're polishing. And then whatever else is in and amongst the sugar particles feels very nourishing, and I always feel lovely and soft skinned after I use this on my face. So I'm totally going to use that up. This was in the benefit box. It's Gimme Brow. Actually, I don't know if I want to keep this because it hasn't been working as well as the CoverGirl one that I am so impressed by. Lauren gave me the CoverGirl, what is it? The CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. It's basically the CoverGirl dupe for Gimme Brow. Both of them look to me like dupes for Boy Brow from Glossier, but Boy Brow does not have a strong enough hold for me. CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow is amazing for me in terms of hold. It's got a waxy hold, but it's very, very firm, and it does hold my brows in place throughout the day, almost like soap brows. I really, really like it. And it also builds on the brows and it builds color into the brows. I just never thought that I would love a product like this because I didn't really get along with Boy Brow. I'm so glad I got the chance to try it. I like it so much that I might buy it again after I use up this tube. And Gimme Brow, I'm gonna hang on to it for now. But if it really, because my impression is that it hasn't measured up to CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. It's been fine, but it hasn't measured up. That's been my impression. But I feel like maybe I haven't given it a fair shake because I've had this one and I keep going back to it. I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to try to give it a fair shake. If it doesn't measure up, I'm going to take it home and give it to one of my cousins over the holidays. This is the Beauty Crop Lightning Crew. It is a liquid highlighter, and it's like brilliant and blinding, and it was a gift from one of my sister's friends when I was visiting her. I think that Ellie's friend had received this in like a beauty box and she wasn't using it, and so she gave it to me. And I'm actually not going to keep this. It's been in the Purgatory box because I keep remembering that I swatched it and it was beautiful, and it is beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's stunning. But I just keep not reaching for it. I haven't pulled it out of the Purgatory box to test it. I think because it's a little bit messy and I never feel like I have the time, and that means that I wouldn't be pulling out of my collection to use it either. So I'm not going to keep that, in fact. This is kind of a weird product. It's the Vike Makeup Melt that is a spray. So you spray it straight onto your face and then you sort of rub it in and then you wash it off, and supposedly it washes off all of your makeup. I have tried it and it's a lot more watery than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be kind of like a spray balm, I guess, but it's not. It's really like a watery spray. And it does work. It does melt away my makeup. I think that because this is so small of a bottle, I will just keep it and use it up. I'm not obsessed with it. It wasn't like my favorite experience using it. It was a little bit like psh, psh, and it was a little bit, I don't know, it felt like maybe I would have to use quite a lot of it, quite a number of sprays to really take care of my entire face of makeup. There was also something about the fact that because it was so watery, because it was a liquid, it didn't stay on my face and stick on my eyes and my eyelashes long enough to break down the mascara and to really, really do away with the makeup that was there. I feel like with a balm or even a viscous oil, when I rub it into my eyes and my lashes, it's kind of thick, so it sticks there and it does its work breaking it down. this just felt like it ran away. And I did feel like I had to go in kind of hard with my second cleanse to get everything off, even though it was effective. It did break down the makeup that I sprayed it onto, but it just isn't my favorite way of first cleansing. This is a lovely standard face moisturizer. I have tried it. It is hefty enough to work for me. It's hydrating. It's the face moisturizer by Urban Juve, Hydrate and Revive with hemp oil. This is the kind of thing that I could go through pretty quickly as a night moisturizer, and that I think I will enjoy testing more thoroughly when the time comes. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my backup box because I don't need another night moisturizer right now. This is the In Beauty setting spray. It's the Power Up Dual Phase Setting Mist. Setting spray is definitely something that I don't need right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setting mists over there that I'm working to get through, and I'm making pretty good progress on some of them. It's definitely something I'm capable of using up and then replacing. So I'm gonna hang on to this for now. I'm gonna put it in my backups box. It's really making me want to use it. It's got beautiful and very trendy looking packaging. It's got a lot of claims. It seems really, really cool. I can't wait to bust this out and give it a try and give it a review, but I'm gonna wait until I've used some more of the setting sprays that I have going before I do that. And then lastly, absolutely lastly of everything, are these sample packets from this brand called Mu Tenuto. These were in the box that was given to me at Urbanique. So these are products that Urbanique is considering carrying, and they're curious about my opinion. My opinion, unfortunately, is that I don't like using skincare products from little sample packets like this. I feel like it's fiddly. I feel like it's not enough product for me to get a sense of how it works. What I will probably do is go through and maybe pick one of these, like maybe the night cream, maybe some sort of lotion to try so that I can at least report back to them, because they were kind enough to give these to me for review and they really are looking for feedback for their shop. I just realized that there are samples from 2 different brands mixed in here. So from Mu Tenuto, I'm going to try the moisturizing cream, and from Blancpool, I'm going to try the For Rest lotion. I think that that's probably a sleeping mask. So those are right up my alley, and the rest of these I'm going to give away. Okay, here we are. This was an insanely keep heavy reckoning. I don't know if any reckoning has ever been this keep heavy. Again, my excuse is that given that it's the end of the year and I'm trying to clear everything out, everything is topsy-turvy. I have ended up keeping some things that I would ordinarily keep in the purgatory box just because it's all or nothing right now and I want to give them a little bit more of a chance, like Polish and Reunite, like the Benefit Brow Gel, etc., etc. So that is part of the reason why there's so much in the keep pile. But these are the keeps, these are the ones that are going into my backup box, and then these are the things that I am going to be parting with. And I'm glad that the holidays are impending. I'm going to be seeing a bunch of people who I can give those things to and who will love them. I feel good about it, and I'm so glad that the purgatory box is officially, completely, and thoroughly empty. Everything is either in my backup box, my new backup box, but I'm counting those products as things that I own. That's the difference to me. The purgatory box, I've always considered it as products that I haven't claimed as my own yet. I don't own them. They're not mine. They're in purgatory. The backup box, I'm considering these to be products that I have decided that they're mine. I decided to accept the offering of these things. I decided to accept them into my collection. So that backup box is part of the number of skincare and makeup items that belong to me. It's mostly skincare and bath and body. There's not a lot of makeup in the backup box. That wouldn't really make sense. I feel like the only makeup items that are in there are a couple of mascaras. Everything else is stuff like this, like hair masks, moisturizers, skincare products, etc., etc. So everything has either been accepted in my collection and put into the backup box, or accepted into my collection and put into rotation, into use, or it has been slated to give away to friends and family or to a women's shelter over the holidays, because everything that my friends and family don't accept, we will be donating to a women's shelter in North Carolina. That is it. That is it for all of these reckonings. I hope that you guys enjoyed these, and I hope that you are remembering to take extra good care of yourself this week so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.